this all right on the table,
Yeah.
or would you prefer?
No, it's
not?
fine on the table.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's fine.
But we became friends over the next 5 years until I moved in with him in 1983. He was traveling so much, so and I was pretty much involved in the children's camp there, so I wasn't traveling with him. And so he'd come home, would be together and hang out and become friends for a few months, and then he'd go off for 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 months on tour, and then come back. So the first 5 years we really spent getting to know each other, and then finally in '83, I said, "Well, you're going away. I'm just moving in here. You're gone," and because I spent so much time there, and it just seemed the right thing to do.
So,
And then it was 4 years after that we actually got married.
okay, your career, from what I understand, is very kid-centric.
It is.
Could
yes.
you talk about that career?
Maybe 8, 10 years prior to meeting Joe, I was actually really politically involved, more than just the children's focus. I was very focused on politics. Tom Hayden's bid for the U.S. Senate failed. That's when we kind of shifted gears, and they found this lovely ranch in Santa Barbara, and we decided that what we really wanted to do was to take all of these political ideas and form a children's camp that would combine, well, of course, Jane's artistic bend and knowledge of the arts with taking kids from very wealthy movie star families and inner city children, which we had been involved with all along during the campaign, and then just all those middle class kids that ranged everywhere in between, and bringing them all together for 2-week sessions to learn the arts and to study. They could choose between photography, drama, dance, and making movies.
And you supplied the mentors.
And we got some of the finest artists and dancers and singers and photographers and videographers in California to come and participate as counselors. And so we bought the ranch, and that's when I became very involved with children.
So now one more thread. What brought you to Colorado? It sounds like you had an idyllic life in California.
We just, both Joe and I'm coming from England, and I spent most of my life on the East Coast with my family growing up. Loved and missed winter. We really wanted some winter in our life, and so we started looking a few years before we bought the ranch, and we looked up in Washington State, we looked up in Maine, we even looked a little bit in England. Finally, Joe did a show in Telluride, and we re-met an old friend of Joe's. I didn't know him, but Joe had known him for many years before, Bob Panetta, who had a Coldwell Banker Real Estate, or still is, an agent there. And he came to the show, and we saw him afterwards, and it was, we talked about Colorado and how beautiful it was. Neither of us had ever spent any time in Colorado. That following September, and we spent, I don't know, a couple of weeks just driving all over western Colorado with Bob, and we found this place, and we drove over that little hill from Crawford, and I think before we hit the land, we knew. And by the end of that first summer in '92, that would have been, we just said, we really don't want to go back to California. We really don't want to be there. So that's when we made the decision to build a permanent house here, a bigger house. And we did that. And once we moved in here, we never went back to California. So we finally sold our property in '94, '95.
So we have all three threads now. We've got you meeting Joe, your involvement with kids and kids' education, and we've got the property. Let's get on to Concord Kids. Why did you decide to do that? You could have moved here and lived a very quiet, reclusive life and had friends over, sat around reading. Why did you do this?
Well, first of all, just sitting around reading is not in my nature.
Okay.
The people that we met here were just so fabulous. I mean, just the ranchers just right up here on Missouri Flats that were so helpful and just really just opened their arms and their doors and just welcomed us into the community. Some of the people I met were already involved in helping children in the community, and in fact what really started Concord Kids is I got involved with an organization that still exists today called the North Fork Valley Children's Christmas Party. We picked a weekend and we did some advertising, and lo and behold, about 3,000 people showed up over the course of 2 days. We cleared, after all expenses, about $70,000. The Christmas party only needed $6,000. And so we went, aha, maybe we do have the ability to raise money and put it to good use in the community. And that's really what spawned the Concord Kids Foundation.
Are you aware of any results from all of your endeavors and efforts?
Oh, certainly. We've never done any formal surveys or studies or anything like that, but it's such a small community.
Exactly.
And we're so closely involved in the community that it's quite apparent from the thank you letters we get from hundreds of children, from the response we get from the schools and the teachers. And so it's we've built playgrounds. There's a beautiful playground in Crawford that Concord Kids has built. We've helped provide funds for the libraries. All of our elementary schools have excellent computer science rooms with the newest computers and reading acceleration. We bring in guest speakers, motivational speakers. We're a little unique. A lot of people give scholarships based on academics or a paper written. Ours is totally based on creativity, and they don't necessarily have to go to college. If they want to go to a trade school, if they want to become a top-notch mechanic, if they want to be a hairdresser, if they want to do anything that they have a passion for, and they can creatively, through a video, through an art project, we have all different kinds of great applications that come into us, as sculptures, all kinds of great things to express what they want to do, whether it's be a vet or go to an Ivy League college. And
How does it all feel to you, Pam?
I feel like I'm at home. I feel like this is what everybody should do in their community. Everyone should be involved in something that's giving back to their community. And if they're not, then shame on them. Give them that inspiration to be good stewards, of this planet and in their communities.
Did you hear Obama's speech to the kids?
I did not. I have not. Yeah, it was just today, wasn't it?
It was yesterday.
Yesterday. Yeah, we were fishing.
No,
But I
that's
will.
right.
I'll look
I
at
knew
it.
it.
I'll see it on YouTube.
But you'll see it. Well, he
Yeah.
said many
Was it
that-
great?
He said he said
Could you believe there was people that?
it was great, and he
wanted
said
to
many of the
ban it?
things that you're saying. You give kids, you empower them to make a difference in their own lives.
Yes,
On their own
absolutely.
esteem.
Yeah.
I think that's a wrap. This is
Great.
Telluride Inside and Out, speaking with Pam Cocker of Cocker Kids Foundation, making a difference one kid at a time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.